2020 has been a confusing year to say the least, but despite all the buzz about the pandemic, there have been some major breakthroughs in the tech industry that have taken us one step closer to living in a utopian tech realm. We are UTX, and today we will be looking at the 10 discoveries in 2020 that shocked the world. Let's explore it.
Number 10. SpaceX reduction of development times for reusable space transportation. SpaceX, one of Elon Musk's many companies, is delivering cargo to space and aims to cut down the cost for rockets drastically by making them reusable. Although their SN8 rocket failed to make a safe landing on December 10th in Boca Chica, Texas, engineers were cheering when their latest Starlink generation rocket launched into the orbit and successfully conducted a flip-over maneuver at around 40,000 feet. What's more, the company cut down development times for their rockets significantly, with the new versions SN9 and SN10 already in the starting blocks with upgrades, waiting to get tested. Musk's time schedule for colonizing Mars foresees unmanned Mars missions in 2 years and the first crew to land there by 2026. If you want to learn more about SpaceX and the colonization of space, head over to our recent podcast episode about the topic. Mars, here we come.
Number 9. Oculus Quest 2. On October 13th, Facebook released the Oculus Quest 2, the successor to both the standalone Oculus Quest as well as the PC VR machine Oculus Rift. Facebook has made many improvements in hardware, software, and design, and has still lowered the price. The improved display served as an opportunity to present the Oculus Quest 2 as a solution to working from home. However, there are still some software and hardware tweaks. The biggest criticism is the requirement to link your Oculus account to your Facebook profile. To learn more about VR and how it will create a utopia, check out episode 1 of UTX on VR for gaming.
And here comes number 8. Mobility giants leap into a driverless future. In 2020, the ongoing pandemic caused a massive decline in public transportation. The car industry was not left untouched by the pandemic either, experiencing interrupted supply chains and factory downtimes. However, further development in autonomous vehicles, or AVs, suggests that the area of widespread driverless transportation might soon become a reality. Big players like Uber, Google's Waymo, General Motors Cruise, or Chinese AutoX and Baidu have received permissions to test their AV on public streets in busy cities, such as San Francisco or Beijing. This brings us several steps closer to autonomous robotaxis, the supposed future of consumer transportation services. To learn more about autonomous vehicles and how they will create a utopia, check out episode 3 on autonomous vehicles.
Number 7. 5G. 5G is an obvious candidate for this list, as it is posed to create a world where technology and life can be integrated seamlessly. While there are simply too many updates in 5G to keep track of, we are definitely much closer to this reality due to the progress we have made in 2020. And we are sure that we will surprise ourselves with how much 5G will change our lives. For more info on 5G, stay tuned for our 5G episode.
Number 6. DeepMind unfolds the machinery of life. Google DeepMind's AI program AlphaFold uses AI for scientific discovery. In November 2020, the research team managed to accurately predict how amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, will fold into proteins and what function they have. A problem that scientists tried to solve for the last 50 years. Uncovering the fundamental principles of protein folding as the building block of life opens up immense opportunities in areas such as drug design, crop enhancement, and plastic degradation. So far, scientists have only discovered the structures for a handful of the 200 million proteins that were discovered. DeepMind hopes to solve issues like malaria or sleeping sickness with support of the algorithm, which was trained on 170,000 genetic sequences of proteins as part of a competition.
Number 5. Neuralink's brain-computer interface. On the 28th of August 2020, Elon Musk demoed Neuralink's first version of a so-called brain-computer interface, or BCI. While demonstrating that the device can safely be installed, upgraded, and taken out of pigs' brains, Musk talked about Link, a coin-sized computer chip with biocompatible metal threads that contain electrodes. With the help of robotic surgery, it is placed in the brain and is able to read the electric neuronal activity of the brain. Their system was already able to accurately predict the position of a pig's limb during live demo. The future of brain-computer interfaces might be a bright one, starting from medical applications to aiding vision, hearing, and muscle movement, all the way to replaying our brain's memory and maybe even downloading knowledge to our consciousness. If you want to know more about BCIs and the brain, stay tuned for the UTX podcast episode on the matter, coming Monday. Number 4. First 3D printed human heart. Scientists at the Carnegie Mellon University have printed the first human heart, one that is functioning and made of elastic materials. The new 3D printing method is a game changer, and it is called Freeform Reversible Embedding of Suspended Hydrogels, or FRESH. The FRESH method allows the printing of biological structures. Not only will surgeons be able to practice on a very real heart, this new technique means that we are not that far away from printing other organs. Stay tuned for our episode on 3D printing organs. Number 3. De-aging mice. Researchers from the Harvard Medical School successfully restored the vision of mice. They believe that aging is caused by a loss of epigenetic information in cells rather than damage to the DNA. Loss of epigenetic information essentially causes cells to forget what they're supposed to do. In 2012, Japanese stem cell researcher Shinya Yamanaka won the Nobel Prize for finding 4 so-called transcriptional factors that can reprogram mature cells to regain previously lost function. Their researchers applied 3 of the 4 Yamanaka techniques to reprogram the cells of damaged retinal nerves of old mice. The Harvard Medical School is now working on rejuvenating old mice by applying the same technique to other cell types. Pre-clinical safety assessments are being conducted to test if the technology could essentially be used for people. Will we be able to defeat death within our lifetime? Stay tuned for our upcoming episode. Number 2. CRISPR. 2020 has truly been the year of medicine because the progress made in CRISPR has been truly revolutionary. CRISPR stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeat, and it is a technique to cut out and fix glitches in your genes that may threaten your health. CRISPR allows scientists to cure diseases like sickle cell disease or various mitochondrial diseases. It allows scientists to edit the genes of farm animals to make them immune to diseases such as pigs that are COVID immune, to create rapid and disposable tests for all sorts of diseases, and even defeat pests like mosquitoes once and for all. CRISPR opens up a world of biological possibilities that will have a huge impact on all areas of life. It truly is life-changing. To find out more about CRISPR, stay tuned for our upcoming episode. And number 1, the first mRNA vaccine. An mRNA vaccine is made of messenger RNA that codes for the antigen of a virus that is of concern. The ongoing pandemic has forced scientists around the globe to work together and produce a vaccine. Thus, the production of this vaccine, which is being distributed, is the first mRNA vaccine. Given that traditional vaccines take a long time to produce and that some people may be allergic to them, the mRNA vaccine has been chosen, as it is pure genetic information that is being handed over to the body. It is quick to produce, and the chance of being allergic to it is much, much smaller. However, being the first vaccine, we are uncertain of any potential disadvantages. I guess we will have to wait and see how the situation pans out. While 2020 has been a year filled with technological advancements, we are looking forward to what 2021 holds in store for us. Here are 3 tech predictions for 2021. Number 3. Human trials for using Yamanaka research to reprogram cells to defy aging. Number 2. Achieving Quantum Supremacy. And number 1, First Human Trials with Brain-Computer Interfaces by Neuralink. To find out more about these technologies, check out tomorrow's video on the top 5 tech predictions for 2021.